Welcome back to Microscopic Morsels, Dental Histology Simplified. I am your host Shrikant, and today we are going to deep dive into the bud stage of tooth development, a fascinating step where the blueprint of our future tooth is drawn. But there's more to the story than just cells forming a bud. We also explore the crucial role of ectomesenchyme and how it helps to shape the tooth to be. So let's get started. At the bud stage, we see the first major structural formation of the tooth development. A small round projection growing from the dental lamina goes down into the connective tissue, which will eventually form the tooth. In reality, this element, which is derived from the ectoderm, is of epithelial origin and it forms the enamel. Hence, it is called as the enamel organ. The outermost layer of this budding structure consists of the cuboidal cells, which resembles that of the basal cells of the epithelium, forming a neat boundary around the central polygonal cells. Imagine these central cells as irregularly shaped puzzle pieces, all fitting together to form a core of the bud. But the star of today's episode isn't just the epithelium. We also have the ectomesenchyme. These are specialized connective tissue. They are not the same like the others. These are derived from neural crest cells, which are a group of cells that migrate from the neural tube during the embryonic development. They are highly proliferative and can differentiate into many things. These cells are like architects behind the scenes, providing essential instructions to the epithelium on how to form the tooth bud. Imagine the ectomesenchyme as the team of master builders who whisper to the epithelial cells, "Here's how we want the structure to look." Without this interaction, the tooth bud wouldn't know how to develop properly. It is like having the blueprint but needing expert builders to build the design to life. Let's have a look at an analogy. Let's have a rubber sheet experiment. Imagine you have a blue rubber sheet which represents the basal cells and 5 pink rubber sheets on top representing the superficial cells. This is the primary epithelial band we are talking about. When you press down on the pink sheet, a bud forms below as the sheets bulge outward. This bulge is blue in color as you see from down, as the blue sheet is going down due to the pressure on the pink sheet. But now imagine there's an invisible force beneath the blue sheet. This is our ectomesenchyme derived from the neural crest cells. It's subtly guiding where the bud should form and how it should grow. The ectomesenchyme is like an unseen hand shaping the bulge, ensuring that the bud forms correctly. And here's a fun thought. If the ectomesenchyme could talk, it might say, "All right, epithelium, listen up. We need a tooth here, so let's make it happen." Meanwhile, the epithelial cells, following orders, might respond, "Got it, bud formation in progress." It's like a construction site where the ectomesenchyme is the foreman and the epithelial cells are diligent workers following their lead. So how do we remember the clinical implications of this particular stage? Think of it like this. The bud stage is the start of something big, but it's all about teamwork. The epithelium and the ectomesenchyme must work together to set the stage for a healthy tooth. If the ectomesenchyme doesn't give the right instructions or the epithelial cells don't follow them, it's like having a bud that doesn't bloom at all. A tooth might not form correctly. This is a condition of agenesis. There's no collaboration, there's no tooth. Or if there is improper collaboration, there's a malformed tooth. To help us remember the clinical implications, let's have the word BUD, B-U-D, as an acronym. B stands for beginnings of the tooth formation. Hence, this is the stage where initiation happens, initiation of the tooth formation. No initiation, no tooth formed. U stands for undifferentiated cells. This is the stage when the cells haven't decided what they are going to become. We will learn more about that in the cap stage. D stands for developmental anomalies. Any disruptions at this stage can lead to problems like tooth agenesis or supernumerary teeth, which is nothing but extra buds being formed. And that's our deep dive into the bud stage of the tooth development, with a special spotlight on how ectomesenchymal interaction is vital for the tooth to form. This stage is all about potential and collaboration, where the epithelium and the ectomesenchyme join forces to create the foundation for a future tooth. I hope today's analogies and humor help you visualize the bud stage and remember the concepts better. So the next time you think about how your teeth are formed, remember that they all started with a little bud full of potential surrounded by supportive cells. Whether it's campers at a summer camp or buds in a garden, the bud stage is where all begins. And just like the well-tended garden or a well-run camp, the right environment can lead to a healthy, fully developed tooth. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we will explore the cap stage and dive into the details about tooth development. Until then, keep those minds sharp, those histology slides close.